Okay, test my audio quick. Where did my mouse go? There it is. Yeah, audio's super low. Alright. Let's see how the audio works now. Should be better. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. Alright, let's update the name here. Let's go. Live stream on YouTube is up. Live stream on Twitch is up. Are the titles the same? They are not. Okay, I gotta close that. Developer. Alright, give me a second. Let me get this ready. Everything should be better now. We can start the strum. Let's see. Alright, that's good, that's good. What happens if that's really loud? If someone's watching right now, can you let me know how loud this music is? Like, I'm gonna talk over it and let me know which one is louder. Testing, testing. Alright, I'm waiting on someone. Please. I've got one viewer in YouTube, one viewer in Twitch. Let me hear it. I got my stand-up set up right now. Even though it's not a real stand-up desk right now. I ordered one, but all I got is a couple boxes. One under my keyboard, one under my mouse pad. Show you guys. See, so on my CPU box, this on my air cooler, AIO cooler box, and my monitor is just raised ridiculous high for some reason, so it's cool, but it's not permanent. Got my stand-up desk coming in this week. And once that happens, I can legit bring you guys up to like about here. I don't know if you can even see that. No, you can't see that. Okay, well the screen, so the desk goes up to, so the desk goes up to, it's 52 if I'm not mistaken. So it goes up right here, which you guys should be able to see. And then the screens themselves, so we can actually measure it, go up 26. So if 52 was a couple inches under my logo on my shirt, and 20 inches, yeah, you guys will be more than head level. Because then you add the camera, which is another 3 inches. So yeah, I can get some cool ass angles. It'd be cool to set up the tripod on the desk and then just lift up the desk and like sit here and just have the desk just go up. Unless I could stand up, I feel better. I feel like I can go to the gym right now. Anyways, today I'm making some thumbnails. Right now I got this code signals thingy here. Let's bring the opacity down. So about that, right? That's fine. Go to the code signals logo, drag it on top. grab this little magic tool. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Can I do this and then just Alt and remove the insides? No, that won't work either. I might have to do it manually, which would suck. Anyways, it won't matter because the res is going to be so low, but whatever. What do you mean I can't edit? This is what I want to delete. There we go. Boom. Bring that down a couple inches right there. That's good right there. Nope. That's good right there. Just do the basic layout myself, and then shift into here. Quick and easy. Bing, boom, bap, bing. Take that out. Bing, boop, back. Take that out. Zoom it out. Zoom it in. This is going to be a bit tougher, so I'm just going to do it myself. Just grab that right here. Okay, that was exaggeration. Damn it. Problem is, when the opacity is on 100, those little dots will... Well, not really, actually, they're not going to show because the thumbnail's going to be so small. But if I ever wanted to reuse this, it'd be good to do it the right way the first time. It's a lot easier to be stable when you're standing. It's pretty crazy. Actually, no, that's not the right thing. Just want to remove the outside. Easy breezy, beautiful. But it won't matter because no one's going to actually see it. It's going to be so small. Alright, let's see how this looks. Perfect. There we go. There's a little Code Suno logo. You can zoom in and clean up this stuff. Good job. I have it set on like this soft setting, so I could click delete multiple times and it'll keep like de-shading it, I think is the word. Yes, thank you, Oroki. How's it going? I think I'm not being loud enough. I don't think it's ever been the mic. I'm not loud. I'm not a loud person. Just working on some thumbnails right now. Don't feel like doing much code yet. Gonna be doing a code video probably tonight. I think I'm gonna make like a fun video where I take something cool, like something that's happening in the world and make a funny app around it, funny or serious. And I don't know if you're familiar with PewDiePie, the YouTuber with the most subscribers, but him and T-Series have been battling out to see who would have. I don't know if they passed him yet. Not sure. So maybe making like a quick little React app that it's a PewDiePie sub counter, and like it has T-Series and it compares them, and let's say they get really close to each other, it'll send everyone an email. You know, like it'd be a cool programming app. Plus, it's funny. I don't mind doing something serious, but it'd be hard to not make jokes while making it. You know what I mean? Because you wanna make jokes, and then if it's a serious topic like some country, you know, people are dying or whatever, it's gonna be too serious of a video for me, I think. Okay, that looks perfect. Let's take those. We need to link them and group them into one and call it the code signal group. And now we can go and drag it around. See that? That's how you make your own logo. I had a list of like pictures I needed to get and edit in. Code Wars, that's the next one. Ooh, they don't have a background either. Okay, that's a problem. Give me a moment, sir. What is Code Signal? So, if you've heard of Code Wars, Code Signal is very similar, but Code Signal, how do I explain this? Code Signal, Code Signal, I want to say harder questions than Code Wars overall, but they have also like code tournaments. So you have like an hour and 10 code questions, and the first one to finish wins. It's like something fun you could do with your friends. Yeah, it's not. That's pretty much it. There's not much to it. It's just like Code Wars if you know what Code Wars is. I would make tournaments. It'd be fun if I had enough subscribers at one point, and have like code tournaments, and the winner wins like $10 or something. I don't know. But that'd be cool. The only problem is I need to get enough subscribers for it to be worth it. Even though that'd be fun, most likely it would be the same person winning every time. Because all we need is one good guy, and then he just will come every week. So it usually happens at this level. People who make tournaments at like 100 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers, there's always that one guy who's really good, whether it's a game tournament or code tournament or any kind of tournament. And then you just keep winning, and it's not fun for anyone. So I don't want that. I don't know how I want to structure this. Code signal can go down here. This video, I was gonna put it out tonight, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just like one of those videos I'll make in 10 minutes and then it'll get 100 views, or make it in 10 minutes, or make it in 3 hours and it's gonna get 10 views, you know? So I'm not sure yet where I want to go with this. but I'll go through the resources I used when I was applying to jobs, or when I was trying to learn early on. What resources was I using? So these were the ones I was using for practice, but then I had books, and then I had a bunch of links, and I'm going to throw all those in a video and give them away for free, I guess, except for my time. What else do I need? Let's see the document I wrote. Oh, obviously Google. Google has to be one on the list. Right? Who doesn't Google? I think I actually might be able to. Yep, looks perfect. Udacity, Code Wars, Code Signal. I need Eloquent JavaScript. JavaScript.net. Let's take this picture right here. Downloads. It's a book I've recommended to a lot of people. Really good programming book. Taught me so much, but it was so hard when I first used it. I think that's enough resources on the thumbnail. Most of them you can't even. I doubt you'll be able to read Udacity or that. I think that's it. What do you think? If you're still here, Oroki, what do you think? Anything? Remember, when it's going to be on YouTube, it's going to be like this small. So, you know, if little details like Photoshop details don't really matter, it's more important that it just is that when you click on that, you know? Like when you see that, are you like, click? Or are you like, no, I don't like that. Don't click. That's what I need to figure out. This top corner is now feeling kind of messy that I zoomed it out. I'm not sure if I just want to get rid of that. Maybe like do this. Put that up here. Oh, Udemy. How did I forget Udemy? Damn. Okay, I'm gonna make this small. Top corner, like this. Code Signal right here. Oops. Last one is Udemy. Let's go get that. What are you working on today, Mr. Roki? What's your code for the day? Or are you just watching while you do something else? I wonder, like, people actually, are you like sitting right now and like fully concentrating on this, right here, fully concentrating on the stream, or are you like two monitors and you put me in your second one and you're doing your work, maybe eating your lunch or whatever? Try to put the text programming resources diagonal under your shirt side. Oh, you mean like total other side? Diagonal under your shirt side. Well, the whole point is that the slash gives it a background that I can control. because I could control the black here, but if I removed this whole thing, it would be a mess. Like the P is hard to see. Wait, drag this out of the way. The R blends in. The shadows like mess with everything in the back. You know, and if I put that behind my shirt, it's also going to be pretty bad. So that's the whole point of like my theme of all my thumbnails is to do like a slash cut, put something, and I control the flow of it. But I need to change it up, so I'm still listening. I think I might do like a bottom bar and then have my face. So I have a video for why developers should exercise. And for that, I'm going to do, I think, like a deadlift bar. Or not deadlift, just like a barbell. And then on the bar, it's going to be why developers should lift. And then behind it is going to be me standing or something at the gym. Just like this, just standing. I don't know. You know what I mean? But kind of use the element. So if I were to put the camera on the floor and have the bar, and the camera is super close to the bar, and the bar is like in focus, but then everything behind the bar is out of focus. That I think it's called bokeh. And then when you do that, the bar can have the title on it, and then behind it will just be me standing or doing something. I don't know what. I'm just talking out loud right now. Yeah, this one's transparent too. I didn't even ask for transparent logos. That's not good. Oh. No transparent logo, please. Save image as. Nope. Yes, there we go. I think that works. Let me turn the music back up. I think that's good. Let's see what it looks like when I zoom out. Yeah. Perfect. So let's file, export this quick PNG into the programming resources thing here. Let's go and make an assets folder. Wait, what? Assets in there, save that in there. And then I could take every single picture I have here, drag it into the assets folder. Perfect. Get rid of these. Get rid of this. Okay. And it's hard to stand the whole. I'm gonna try and stand the whole stream, but my legs. Damn. It's not even my legs that hurt, it's my feet. I haven't stood this long in a while. It's been like 2-3 hours now. It's just straight standing. Feels good. So that's done. No, damn it. Got one more to finish. That's the one for the stream. No, the one for the stream. Yeah. The one for the stream. I don't think I actually started it. Well, it's a good time to start it now. I have to make a thumb. Oh, he's not even here. Oroki, you left. That's okay. gonna try something spicy. What's up, everyone? Just making the thumbnails for today's videos. Or actually, this is for the stream. The one that I already started now. Anyone has questions, just throw them in the chat. We'll try and figure them out together. Looks good enough to me. Hello, Idris. How's it going? Do you have to know Photoshop to become a developer? Not at all. To become a designer, probably if that's what your company uses, but I'm just doing Photoshop because I need to make some thumbnails, so there's gonna be thumbnail for the stream, call in, right? So I got the phone in my hand, I'm looking at the camera, I got the background, and I'm gonna edit a couple things, and I'm gonna be like, let's do a call-in stream where you call in and ask questions. But no, you really don't need Photoshop to become a developer. Lol, now I get. It's always weird looking at yourself like this. If you have questions, code questions, how to get a job questions, throw them in the chat. I'm just doing this because there was no one in here earlier. and I don't feel like writing any code right now. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I don't even know. Cause how do you get all this? How do you get all these hair fragments? Could this work? No, it's just gonna erase my hair as well. Yeah. I guess that works. Oh, any advice on becoming a good web developer? Because honestly, I watch YouTube videos. Until date, I suck at CSS, JavaScript. I suck at CSS. JavaScript is the worst because I can't solve quite simple. Okay. What the instructor builds from memory, but yeah, I don't know how basic you're talking, but if you're talking really basic, I'm actually making this. I actually made this thumbnail 2 seconds ago. I'll show you. Give me a moment. I'm gonna put everything down so I can sit down. But yes, give me a second. So just gonna pull up this thumbnail and I'll show you some pictures. So as you might see, these are a couple websites. Well, okay, Google, you know, but and Udemy, you already know. Code Wars and Code Signals is a bunch of practice questions. What was that? My phone just started talking to me. Oh wow, it searched up. When I said Google, it searched up Udemy. I said Google, Udemy, Udacity or something like that, and it actually Googled it for me. Alright, so where was I? You have Code Wars and Udacity. So Code Wars is it's like practice questions, so you get like these little algorithmic questions. That's what I would use it for. So just practicing syntax and understanding the languages. Code Signal also same thing. Udemy is good for like overviews. So like you do Udemy course over web development and you'll understand web development. But if I told you to do it all from scratch, you'd have no clue what you're doing, because it's the same thing as me. Yeah, I just build things. I think I sit down and I think, and I'm like, okay, I need to learn React. I need to learn JavaScript. Or sorry, I know JavaScript and I need to learn React. Well, what does React do? Go watch a Udemy course about it. Okay, I know what React does. Do I know how to do it? No. What's a project that would be good with what I know right now? So I know React make components, so something where you have to reuse a lot of components. Oh, a to-do list. And then you're like, oh, okay, you got an app in your head. You got an idea of how you want it. If you really have the energy to, you could design it or just draw it on a paper and be like, all right, this is what I want it to look like. And then you go and you're like, okay, I need to make a div, and I need to make it so it has a name in it. And that's a React component, and then you learn how to make that simple React component. It's not really like, there's no like structured way to do it. It's just, that's how I did. I was like, hey, I wanted to make a cookie. I made a to-do list, and then I was like, that's not enough, I want to make a game. And then I went and made this game right here, JS.RPS. So you click rock, you click paper, you click start, you get this like Pokemon animation where it like flashes in and out. And then tells you what the winner is and everything. Even a simple to-do list I can't do on my own after watching videos. Yeah, because videos are making you code. That's the biggest problem. I want to make courses like Udemy, but at the same time, Udemy makes tutorials. That's the keyword. Udemy makes tutorials. Udacity made a course that I wanted to keep it for the video, but since there's no one in here anyways, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Post a link in the YouTube chat. I'll post it in Twitch too for those watching in Twitch. It's a quick, well, okay, it was quick at the time. It says 2 weeks. There's no rush. Really good instructors. They go through the real basics of JavaScript and how to use them all. And every time you learn something, it right away asks you to do a practice problem. And if you don't get that question right, you don't pass. I mean, you don't continue. So this is what I recommend. The one annoying part about this is you'll fail sometimes because you missed like a period in your string. Let's say I told you to print a string that says hello world with a period, and you printed out hello world, it'll fail that. Or little details, sometimes it'll be like quotes or something like that. It's stupid little things. So sometimes you'll spend like an hour figuring out an error that shouldn't have been there. But this is my recommendation. If you're really starter Idris, I really don't know like if you understand how the functions work and if you can write a function and all that. If not, this is where I would send you. Great place. What do you recommend for CSS? Because I think I'm just tutorial purgatory. So I don't really do much CSS. I just built, like, if I needed text to do something, I search up how to make text to do this one thing in CSS. But like, I know there's oh damn, what's it called? Well, there's couple places I could send you to. So German Cruise. No, that's not him. Yes, I know, like the basic of JavaScript, way to objects with something, for example. So German Cruise is a friend of mine. He makes some good videos on HTML, and I think he's going to be doing some CSS. He really goes into good stuff. Let's make a program where user inputs 5 and it will show. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. So for CSS you have, first of all, for Flexbox I go to the Flexbox Playground. Flexbox Playground. And for user inputs 5 it uses. Okay, so you see that this course would help you then, because it teaches you, it makes you do problems even a bit more complicated than that. So I think this course would help you with that, because you got to use a loop, you got to use a function to take in the input, you got to probably use some conditionals and an array. Yeah, that's good stuff. So I would take, that link I posted in there, use that. I don't think I have any videos on like real basics, because that's like that's not basics of JavaScript, that's basics of programming. Yeah, I don't really have anything on that. But what you're talking about is the basics of programming. So like I have variables of JavaScript, arrays, objects, loops and conditional functions, loops and conditionals into one video, object-oriented programming, and promises in JavaScript. So I have like a bunch of little JavaScript videos that can help you, but they're not going to make you code. They're just going to make you watch. If you want to code, this course right here, beautiful course. I'll show you an example. Wait, what? Oh, I have to sign in. So let's go here. Let's check this one out. Okay. So it tells you to build this triangle right here. This is actually, pretty freaking similar to what you just posted. This was a bit harder, I think, because that you just print out the numbers. This you have to print them out, but then you have to make a new line. Anyway, so it teaches you how to make one line, but now it tells you go and make the whole triangle. So it teaches you how to make one line. So if you give it 1, it'll return to you 1 star. Give it 2, it'll return to you 2 stars. 3 stars. Oh, it's zoomed out. Sorry. I'm just on a 4K monitor, so everything is really shrinked. Let me do this. There we go. So here is a function that makes you one line. So you give it a number, and then it'll take that number and it'll go and return to you that number of stars. And then the question is, make me a triangle. So it's really good because it tells you how to do it, and then you can. Okay, well that's my answer, but anyways, that's a good one. I think my favorite one was oh, it gives you resources? That's awesome. I didn't know it gives you resources. I think my favorite one was this one problem where we had to make like a movie theater. Not movie. It was something to do with vampires. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think it was called Vampire Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. Erase, maybe. So they give you a video, and then right after the video they give you the same thing in text, and then they ask you questions, and you have to answer these questions right to continue. So when you go for a job interview, do they ask you about CSS or just JS? First of all, the job interview, you won't get it without knowing JavaScript and CSS. That's more important right now at your level, but they just ask you to, as long as you can do the job or learn, if it's your first developer job, as long as you can learn what they need you to learn, if you can prove that you're a good learner and a fast learner, that's all that matters. I got hired for something that I never used. Imagine getting hired for never using CSS, and they're like, all right, you're using CSS today. And I was like, all right. Really, it was C#, which is another language, but you show potential and they don't care. Well, I'm talking about most companies, and depends what kind of level they're hiring you for. If it's a bigger company, I think they're a bit more lenient on it. They'll be a bit better. With the bigger company, I think it looks better when you show that you can learn quick. But with a startup, sometimes I think it's good for the person who's being hired to have a good amount of knowledge, so they can, because a startup, there's not a lot of people. Imagine there's 3 developers and 1 developer has to help the new junior developer. So now you got 3 developers, but 2 of them are kind of paired programming on the side, and really 1 is doing all the work. But the reason I got hired for something I never used was because I was able to do JavaScript, which we use React, and I used Node and Ruby and Python on the back end. I was able to use those 3. So once I showed I was able to do those 3, they were like, oh, well, you could probably learn 1 more language. I hope that helped. But yeah, Udacity course. If you don't like it, let me know. Let me know what you don't like about it, if that's cool. Maybe you can find me at Discord. We can have a chat about why you don't like it, if you don't like it. Because I try and get everyone who I give this to, I try and get back their feedback and see what they don't like, and see if I should still recommend it. Because I know a couple people I gave it to really enjoyed it, but I know there was one guy who it really pissed him off. because of how strict it was on like little errors. But I think at the same time, the fact that it's so strict on little things kind of made me a bit more, and I think for the others too, made them a bit better with being comfortable spending 3 hours on like a tiny little error, because that happens in the field. Sometimes you'll spend a bunch of time on like some stupid error. You're in college for what degree? Well, for computer science degree. Yeah, if a college is offering a boot camp, I would not touch that. I know. I think UCLA was doing that at one point. They offered a boot camp through UCLA, computer information system. Yeah, so one of those IT position, anything in tech, it's the same shit. You'll see some companies that just say you have a degree in tech and you're fine. Please apply. That's good though. Computer information systems and then developer. You go open a lot of doors like that. How many years do you have left? Because now there's a lot of things up. You're now thinking about you becoming a software developer. You don't have to like, for the next like at least 5 years, you don't have to close any doors. Like you can like be a software developer and an IT specialist and a cybersecurity and everything, because we're all such beginners that we're not specializing yet. We could still be generalists and find what we like. Like so I finished a boot camp and I had like 2 months until I was applying, but I had 2 months I think till I started my job. And right after the boot camp, I stopped with web development and software development, and I did a bunch of machine learning. So I went and picked up like C++, and then Python, well, more Python, and then what else? And then I started jumping into like a bunch of machine learning stuff. And I did that, and I was like, that's really cool. I would love to do a job in this, but then I decided that software development would have been a better choice at the moment. So I jumped back into it. And then for like 2 weeks, in the summer, before I started my development career, I was more into cybersecurity. So I was doing that at first. I just keep jumping around until I find my thing. And right now I've been doing, with my YouTube and a bunch of other things, I've been doing a lot of video stuff. I bought a new camera and everything. Got this GH5 right here. And now I've been getting a lot into videography, especially after doing photography for a while. I feel like a lot of people in college think they're closing doors on themselves. So how did I learn everything? Implement? Oh. Well, when they hired me, I had like a month, I think, before I started. So that was like a good time for me to build some projects. So I went and built like mini stuff in C# and .NET. But then after that, once I got on the job, I learned a lot of stuff. Like, I never really used Redux, and when I got to work, I started using like big time Redux. What's up, dude? It's Sherm. Oh my god. What's up, Shermy boy? developer AMA Sherm. You can ask anything you want. Anything. Probably not going to answer because you're going to troll me. Let's go search up youtube.com. Do you have okay. Do you have your dude 2 code? Do you have your name like reserved? You don't. Oh wait, it's /c. Sure, you need to. Are you kidding me, man? You can reserve. Okay, I'll answer your question in a second, but you can reserve your name. I know what a closure is. When you put a function inside of a function and you call it within that function. So you keep that code scoped inside of a function. It's a closure. Look, sure. Okay, well you can't see this, but I could do youtube.com/c/ and then my name. You should be able to do that for your channel, but when I do that... Oh wait, maybe that's not your actual account name. Dudes Who Code. Like your email, if I go... Okay, well, I don't know what email, like, you have an account name, and you can take that account, so at a certain subscriber count, sorry, not a subscriber count, there's a certain point where you can turn your link, so, like, I'm going to post your link in YouTube chat. That link, all those, like, letters and numbers and that hash in the back, you can get rid of that and make it your name, and then you'll actually have both. I don't know why you haven't done that. I know I could do it. Well, I did it already, but... You go channel, you go customize channel. Then you go... damn. No, it's not customize channel. It's the YouTube this. No, it's your account settings. Where's that shit? Creator Studio, there it is. What? Wherever you can go to check your can't wait forgetting. Wherever you go to check your monetization, that's the word, your monetization stuff, that's where you need to go for this. I didn't know I could do this. What? What widgets can I add? Well, Sharon left. Idris, I think, left. It says I got 1 viewer on YouTube and 2 on Twitch, but no one's talking on Twitch. Oh. Now I got 3 people in here on YouTube. Still trying to figure it out. Oh, okay. I thought I lost you for a second. So, what I was saying before, wherever you go to check your monetization, like all your community guidelines, everything, I can't believe I'm forgetting where this is. I think it's just YouTube settings. Like channel, is there a channel setting somewhere? Oh shit, I don't know if I want to show that information. How do I do it? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Sharon, but there's like a page where you could see like a grid of things you're allowed to have, things you're not allowed to have. Monetization is on there. Oh damn, I lost a subscriber. Oh no. is it? Other features, customize channel maybe? About... I don't know. You're here, just not saying what the channel name is. You know, let's check right now. How to check monetization YouTube. Idris said, what kind of projects did you build as a beginner? So maybe I could challenge myself. You know what? I got a video. I'm gonna put the link. Give me a moment. It's not the best video because I didn't have a new camera and all that. But I show the projects actually that I applied with to my job. You can take that. There'd be some good ideas in there, and then I'll do another one I think later on, or like maybe an article with like 100 ideas and like details about each idea or something. I don't know. Okay. This status and feed. Okay, sure. Let me send you this link. Sure. On this link, so I'm showing you right now. Give me a second. It's gonna zoom out. Anyways, troubleshoot disabled monetization. Right under that, you should see check monetization status on your channel. You open that. You see status and features, you click on that, and it brings you to the page where you have the grid. And this is what I'm talking about. This thing right here. Shit, I just zoomed in the crap out of YouTube. So you see, I got everything except monetization and except channel memberships.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Okay, Alexa decided she can talk.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Nice. You still there, Sherm? I don't know if that helped you at all. But there's a thing here that says custom URL, and you have an enable button right next to it. Right down here in the bottom corner. Custom URL, you'll have a button that says enable. And then you can enable it to be whatever you want. And also, how did you stay productive, like push yourself, because it's really stressful sometimes when you aren't seeing progress. What did I use to keep myself going? I made my apps interesting, so if I'm a big animal, no, that's not, animal enthusiast, I don't know if you could say that. Let's say I really like dogs, and like before, I wanted to learn React and I wanted to learn Node, like that example I gave you before. I'm gonna make something based off of dogs in React and Node. If I'm a real big car guy, I can make some website based around cars. If I really like, what the hell is that? If I really like, what's a game that just came out? Apex, let's say Apex. I don't know if they have an API, but let's say they had an API. Then you can make an Apex like stats page or something like that, where you can go and check, your player stats, your team stats, all these different stats. Like if we go, I think it was Fortnite had one, Fortnite Tracker API. So you email them, they give you a key, they say 1 request per 2 seconds, and then if you want more limit, you email them. It's really zoomed out. Oh my god, that's so loud. You're gonna be changing the name? Can I get a sneak peek at what it's gonna look like? Damn, I got 6 people in here. 3 on YouTube, 3 on Twitch, but no one on Twitch ever talks. Either it's bots or people who just are scared to talk, ask questions. I don't know. I think you can change your name, Sherm. I'm pretty sure you can change. I'll let you know right now. If I click on this. Oh, I guess not. So I guess once you get your name, it's your name. Maybe, I don't know. They might be stalkers, but they don't want to talk. Sherm, you still there? You want to see some sexy ass editing? Making a thumbnail for a stream. Not done yet, obviously, but this can be spicy once I get it cleaned up. I'm gonna remove this because that's just annoying. So once I get that figured out, it's gonna look cool. And then I got another thumbnail that I just showed on stream, this one right here. That's for tonight's video. I think I'm gonna be doing programming resources. Now it's really busy here, I think is the word. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of colors, but when it's like, okay, when it's really small, like YouTube condensed small, YouTube like thumbnail small, it's not that bad. What's up, Craig? You make your video yet? With German? Hermann Cruz? It's gonna be a funny video. German, like you and German both make a taco salad. You and German both have a lot to say, and you guys, I think I do the same thing sometimes too. We go on tangents, or we'll start talking about cookies, and the conversation will end up in taco salads or some shit, because we just keep on, like, you take it left, I take it right, we just keep on taking it different directions. So when I was filming with him, you know, I had, like, he would talk for like 5 minutes, but I would cut out like 15 seconds of it. Like in that video I made, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, the interview video. It was really funny. Like, you had a lot to say, and I wanted to keep it, but all of you guys said a lot, but when I went through it and I edited it all, it was like a 15-minute video, and that's way too long. So I had to cut out a question out of each one of you, so you guys all, I asked you guys 5 questions, but I only kept 4. What's the video about? Is it just talking about his channel? There's such a big delay. There's 4 people in here on YouTube now and 2 on Twitch. It's perfect balance. Difference though is I'm not super worried about times. I mean, I am, but I'm not really. Wait, you mean like me? I'm not worried. I just when you look at a number and it stays the same for a while and you're putting in a lot of work, it sucks. But if you mean German, yeah, I think it bothers him sometimes. Like he said in chat he lost 1 sub and then he made him feel weird or something like that. I know, I keep like going up and down. Oh yeah, I totally get that. The 3 minutes of a 12-minute video. Oh yeah. I just don't want to make 30-minute videos. That's not my thing. Like 10 minutes, I understand. I don't even need to do 10 minutes. I end up doing 10 minutes just because my video, like, needs 10 minutes. But I can show you the analytics for, I think it was the video that I posted the night I did my video with Josh. So I have 120 views, right? But let's wait till you see the analytics. I think I'm allowed to show this because I don't have any revenue, but retention is 1 minute and 50 seconds on a 5-minute video. 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's B-roll, that's introduction, and the video starts and they all leave. That was a short video, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. I don't think I ever do that. Then I've got, what else? I think my streams are what gets me the watch time that I need to start monetizing. Even though I won't make much at 100 subs, it's not my goal right now, but just I'd like to get it monetized so that if there were to be some kind of big boom, you know what I mean? Like one of those days where you just go up like a couple hundred subs or something and suddenly, whoa, I'm at 1,000 and I can make $1 a video. I'm just giving random numbers. I'd like it to be an option. I don't want to have that door closed anymore. You know? But I haven't been doing bad. I have a good streams. The stream rates are weird high. Like 34 people on total on the stream seems like a weirdly high number. Because you look at Josh's and his, out of his 55,000 subs, he has he'll have like 1,000 plus people for his streams, which is not a very big percentage of his whole sub. Still a big number. He gets like 100 plus people, and I've seen people with double his subs not be able to touch what he touches when it comes to stream views. This one, the video with us together, I know that one didn't have a high retention rate. I think that's what it's called. So 3 minutes and 35 seconds on a 10-minute video. So 12% actually finished it. Yeah. 100, what was it? So 85% made it here. 60%. Okay, so by 30 seconds, I lost 40% of my viewers. I must be doing something wrong. Do you have a good retention rate, Craig? Because I know I think you do long videos. I could check. Craig Wadding. Pretty sure you have some like 20-minute long videos, right? Yeah, like this one. Yeah, you have really good numbers for someone who just talks to the camera casually. You know, you do your thing, people love it. It's great. You probably have a good podcast. Because that's like, I feel like most of your videos people would listen to without having to look at the screen. Except for the winter B-rolls that you do, or when you're driving in the car and the camera's on the dash, like stuff like that. But for the rest, like, I don't know. don't think you show much on the screen except for the projects you did here, like with the React and the calculator. And the cat one, that's this right here. Right? Oh no, you okay, you're showing here, this. Never mind. So I guess only for our video. Could have been like a podcast kind of thing, because we don't really show anything on screen. Oh, wait, you should show a couple things here. Airplane Craig. Where is it? There we go. Imagine that photoshopped perfectly right on top of you, like you're flying around here. I have to get back to making my thumbnail. This thumbnail is for my call in to talk to a developer kind of thing stream. I've seen a couple people now do the call in stuff and it works pretty well. And I know how I want to set it up so that it's working fine. Actually, when Josh was first doing his call-in streams, I was saying that we should make the Discord like the place that people have to come into, and he did his I think he used Zoom, and it worked out pretty well, but then he ran into some other issues, I think. So now it's now we have like a call-in channel in Discord, and we'll just move the person that we want into that voice channel. That's the word. People on Twitch, you're not gonna say hello? I've had like 2 people for the past hour plus. That's not acceptable. Craig, you still there? Do I just take this whole thing out? How does that look? Yeah, that does not look very good. I guess I'm just gonna take this thing right here and just clicky. Might as well just smoothen my hair out like this. Whoops. Oh, for those who are in the streams, first of all, I got a like button down there with 0 likes. You helped me directly by clicking it. Same thing for the guys on Twitch. Just give it a quick little thumbs up. On Twitch, can you do anything? No, you can't. Never mind. You guys can keep stalking. So, for those on YouTube, got a little like button there. It helps me. If you click it, gets my video up there. And if you want more help, we got this place called Grindreel Academy. Josh Fluke and I are doing this together. This is going to be our little school. We got tutorials on here. The idea is to have courses on here, not just tutorials. We're gonna have courses on here. Yeah, it's gonna be a big place for people to learn a lot of things. I made my own course here on ngrok, So temporarily hosting your local host. Pretty much, if you run your React app locally and you got a friend across the world and you want to send it to him, you can do this 30 seconds. Literally one command in a second. You open another terminal, you write the ngrok command, the port you're in and whatever, and it'll give you a link and you send that link to your friend, and then your friend can now open your local host. Yeah, it's pretty easy to set up. Let me show you guys. That's it. That right there. Couple little videos, talk about why to use it, how to use it, what is ngrok, and then you got that. Got Josh's GitHub course, and then 2 new courses that are gonna be great. He's gonna talk about cover letters and making money online. So doing like I don't think it's just e-commerce. That's the key word. So he's got that going for him, and then I got plenty of other stuff. Big list, like 20 something courses. I'm just gonna be knocking out every single day. Tomorrow I think I'll be knocking one out, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Not sure what else I can share with you guys, but I think I'm gonna close the stream for a little bit. Gonna make this thumbnail later. Gonna go eat, maybe hit the gym, get some sleep. I'm gonna wake up at like 4 in the morning or something and go down the road here to like a empty abandoned road and take my Ronin that I got right here. This big boy. I can show you guys what's inside. It's a stabilizer, so all the B-rolls I've done. Oh, it smells amazing. Smells like that new fresh car. But there it is. Little stabilizer. Gets your camera all nice and smooth. And I got my camera on the side here, my GH5. Whoops. Just didn't close it right, there we go. So I got that. Got my GH5 right here. I've got a Rode Pro. Got some LEDs here. Can I turn this on? It's been charging for a bit now. It's like super bright light. Lights me up really well, especially when the room gets dark like it's about to now. You could put this on top of your camera and mount it, or you could do what I do, and I have a little quick mount on here, and then just slide this on right here, and now you got your flash mounted on a GorillaPod, and if you need it anywhere, literally anywhere, you could just mount it by bending these arms. Now it's mounting, see? Stuck on there. You can mount it on a tree. If you don't want to mount your flash, you could just pop it off, unscrew it. Now you got this like little mount right here that you mount to your camera, and then you could slide that on. Like that. What else? Got a bunch of like little shit, like an ND filter, so when I film out really early in the morning, like sun just came out as bright as it could be in the middle of the summer, just slap on that ND filter and, you know, still keep my highlights and my contrast and my saturation without having to mess with color correction. So I could still keep my natural I think it's highlights is what gets ruined. But keep natural highlights in the video, that's important. I'm going to try and do the least amount of editing as I can on my videos, because anyways, it takes a couple hours. And if I could throw on an ND filter and keep my settings that I had from, you know, the day before where it wasn't as sunny, it literally saves me hours of fidgeting with settings. because then I have to make a new mode called like extra sunny mode and then change some settings up in there. Or I could just take a $25, or it was more than that, but a little ND filter. I'll show you guys. I don't even know if anyone's watching, but if anyone's watching, got this like thing here, pop off the cap. Take off this plastic cover quickly. And right now you should see a little darker. Okay? And if I rotate it a bit, it gets even darker until you can't see anything, and then it brightens up. So you see that mounts onto the front of the lens. The problem is this is a 55. This is a 55 millimeter ND filter, and my camera lens is a 58. So I ordered an adapter. It's on its way. That's gonna be perfect. Let's put this away. I got my Rode Pro right here. Big boy mic. I think it's called Rode Pro something. Takes a big battery. Looks like this. That's right on top of the camera like this. Just takes, whoops. Screws on. There we go. Plugs in the back, right here. Oh god, this is hard. Now it's plugged in. It's got its own battery, so I turned it on. Turn it off. And yeah, I'm not really a vlogger, so I'm never actually gonna hold it like this, but you can hold it like this, and you get the mic and everything. I do have a horseshoe mount, so I'll show you guys what that is. Let's just bring the whole photography bag over. What a horseshoe mount does is take one rail and allow you to mount two in this spot of one. So it's this big mount here. Slide this one off. Slide the horseshoe on. Just gotta loosen it a bit. So, probably you can hear that loud ass thing. Put this in right here. Screw it on. Take my mic. Screw it on. Give me a second, and boom. Scary ass looking camera coming at you. So imagine like this is what I would mount on my stabilizer if I wanted to, and I can light up whatever I need. I can turn on my mic, it'll record. I can do all that cool stuff. Stabilize it. And then what's cool is I could just loosen the horseshoe mount, and boom, back to normal camera. Just got a little dust filter, and I take that and I pop it on. And on this, it's just like a normal rail. You unscrew it until it stops clamping, you slide it off. That's pretty much it for my camera gear. I have other cameras around the house because I've got people in my house who are photographers and all that. So if I ever need equipment, I just can, as long as I get my adapters for, if I get like Canon adapters, I could fit a shit ton of lenses on my GH5, which would be really fun to use. If any of you guys in the stream are familiar with the Canon, damn, what's it called? the Canon 70mm to the 200mm, the 2.8. It's a giant like sport lens. It'll go out to like this, and it weighs like 10 pounds. Well, we have one of those, so I would just need to get a mount. There's really not that much for me to share. I don't know what this is. Just a camera cover. I still don't know why I would ever use this in the dark, but it looks really cool. It's a really nice one. It's got the top and bottom, but the sides aren't covered, so sunlight gets in. So if you're filming up, you know, if you're filming like this and the sun's coming like this, it'll block it. It'll block it. It's not reflective on the inside, which is good. But after that, there's not much use for it. If you need a serious way to stop light, you just use your ND filter. This would help with stopping glare, though. That's I gotta be honest with that. That stop with helping glare. Again, ND filter. Slap that big way on, and all your problems are solved. Then I got some pliers, an extra battery, lens bag, and this really cool tool right here. Starts looking like this. You unfold this leg, you unfold this leg. Now you have a screwdriver, a flathead, Phillips, and then when you put it like this, you now have pliers. Let's see if you guys can see that. Let's see, so really cool tool. I can have it on my keychain. I use it daily, multiple times a day. Whenever I want to mount my camera on my stabilizer, I use it. Whenever I want to mount my camera on my attachment here for my GorillaPod, I use it. It takes a little screwdriver in the back, screws onto your camera. What else? When I need to clean something and I need a little sharp tool, I pull out the flathead, scrape whatever I need. Really just easy. This GorillaPod is the Joby 3K, so it has this like mode right here where it goes like this, and now you can hold your camera out straight and it mounts on top here. So let's first pop this thing off. Just a little example. See, so your camera goes like this. It's all good, Craig. I'm just ranting to my one viewers, telling them about the camera setup, the whole plan, the whole deal. How's it, you know, how it's popping. Just going through that stuff. Yeah, so this GorillaPod's really cool. And Craig, by the way, the GorillaPod is like, it's not small, it's not big, it's not perfect. It's like in between small and perfect, if that makes any sense. If we have a little scale of like small, perfect, large, it's in this between the small to perfect. Like it, I mean, you see the proportion of it. It's not a big camera and it's pretty long, but when I need, like when I want to wrap something that if I want to put the camera on like a tree, you want to have that length to wrap it around more than half the trunk at least, you know. And this thing won't do that. This thing will do just the trunk, not the trunk, but that specific branch, I guess. So you see, like, it's like my neck size, but it won't. I would love to have something that goes all the way around like this, you know. It allows me to like pretty much knot around it like that. So if it's like on a branch like this on my hand or whatever, it stays on. that's not a big deal. I don't plan on putting this thing on branches. If I need it high up, I've got this tripod right here. Right now it's extended to the max because I was using it for some photos. This big little tripod. This whole thing breaks down. Let me break it down for you so you saw how big it was. Oops. And now it's like this. So about 2 feet. 2 feet, easy to use. I can throw it in a bag. Usually I just hook, I think it's called a carabiner. I just hook it around here, close this on the carabiner, and then it's on my bag and just stays like this, you know? Got my camera bag or a different bag, and I could just put it inside. My newest backpack that I got has like these, I'll show you. It has like these hooks in the back here, so I could just take the tripod and slap it around these hooks, and then I could fit all my camera gear in here. Right now I've been using it for work, but I have this other like camera backpack. I just wish it had the feature of these clips, because they're not like those snap clips. I doubt you can see this in the stream, but they have magnets and then hooks, and if you hook it, the magnets will touch, and then there's no chance of you ripping it apart. But they're super easy to unclip, reclip. Like you could just oh crap. So that's really nice. What was that? I got a new tripod today, another memory card, and an AC power supply. Awesome. Wait, AC, were you not? AC power supply? What does that mean? Does that mean you could just give it constant power supply instead of having a battery? Or you mean an AC power, a charger for the camera that connects through an AC, whatever it's called, plug. What's up, Truth? I almost said something else. I almost called you Truck. What's up, Truck? Bridge talking Truth Seeker. Oh, I see it. Nice. That I would have never realized that. Truth Seeker, I like it. Okay. Well, hopefully Craig is in here. I'm curious to know if that power supply is talking about is just a constant, like, what are we doing tonight, brain? I was editing a thumbnail, and then I got distracted because I don't want to edit right now. But I'll get back to it in a second. Talking camera gear with some viewers. Oh no, I was just trying to see, Craig, if you wrote AC power supply, if you mean a constant power supply, so you never have to charge it, there's no battery, or if you're just talking about an AC power charger. I'm not sure what you meant. Truth, I was gonna do some code. I'm thinking of some videos of making tonight. I actually need to probably stop the stream in like 20 minutes and maybe even less, and go outside and film down the road. You have one battery for DSLR, the AC adapter, so I can run it right off power and not have it run. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. if you can make an app, okay, venture into Express and React. I think when you say Express, you mean also Node, because you have to have Node to do Express, but not necessarily, Craig, because first of all, I don't like the term vanilla, because it's such a stupid name, because people try and like label what you need. It's just like, if you need something, you go learn it, you bring it in, it's not a big deal. But I would say 2-3 apps built without React and without Node. So like one like to-do list style app with like no styling, just functional to-do list. You write in something, it adds it to the list, you can delete it from the list, you can edit it in a list, something like that. Then if you're gonna throw in Node, like a basic Node app, like really basically, you type into the URL /hello, and then it brings you back hello world. I made a video on that, but it wasn't the best video. And then what was the last thing? Well, I didn't say all of it. You said most of it. I don't think it's fair to say most of it, because like you don't need prototypes. You need functions, you need arrays, you need objects, you need variables, you need loops, you need conditionals. You don't need prototypes really, most of the time. Object-oriented programming you need for React, but not for Node. But again, these are like truth. The real way to know would be 2-3 projects. Like, so I said one to-do list one. Another one would be like, if you're really early on, like a console app. So it just runs in the console. So you open up like a terminal like this. Functions, array, loops, conditionals, objects. I made a video on every single. I even made a video on what you need to learn. So that's perfect for you. But you open up a terminal like this, it's really hard to see. Damn. Let me make a top corner. So this terminal right here, and you have a little simple app in here. I could just do a node. I could say like, I don't really know how to explain it, but definitely not a Russian. I was given 90 minutes to make a Go game at an interview. That's awesome. Go is awesome, and making games are awesome, and then doing them in an interview, that sounds like fun. Well, fun or really stressful. I don't know which one of those. But you make a little console app. You can make it a game. That's what I usually do. I make it like a math game. So if I go into my code file here, so give me a second, I'll find it. So cd documents, cd code, cd C# tutorial. There we go. So I made one. Oh my god, there's so many things in here. There is so many things in here. Where is it? Okay, well, there's so many apps in here, but there's like, I could read you the list. What's wrong with my mouse? Capitalized vowels, counting duplicates, descending order, digit products, just like a bunch of little programs. One, you give it a string, so you call the program, and then it asks you for a string, so you say hello, and then it goes and it takes the word hello, and it duplicates every letter in it. So it's still hello, but it's like HHEELLOO. Then another program that you give it you give it an array, and you give an array, and the array always has two things in it. The first number is going to be the people who got on the bus, and the second number is people who got off the bus. And you just keep giving it an array with the people who got on and the people who got off, and then at the end of the program, after like 10 turns, it tells you how many people are on the bus. So you give it like a starting number, so it says, okay, how many people on the bus? You give it 10. It says, all right, how many people are getting on? You give it 5. How many people are getting off? You give it 5. Then it goes and it calculates it until the end. It's like random little stuff. What if there's a homeless guy who lives on the bus? Well, he counts, right? He's someone on the bus. You gotta pay for the bus, so he paid. A bunch of little shit, like vowel counter. These are all console apps. Like you call them like no. You know, if you really want, I'll show you an example quickly. Let's do a really quick example. Let's close this. So CD back one. CD into the GrindReel API. Let's do a really quick one. No, I don't mind. New file, test.js. Just gonna throw it. Damn, this is being annoying. Okay, we got our, where'd it go? Oh no, what did I do? I hate this right now. Okay, it's at the bottom, there it is. So I can close the logo, close this, this. Okay, so we're gonna make a quick little program. Can you send me a couple ideas on apps to do? That's another video I have. You can go see the apps that I got jobs with. So quickly, let's so the first thing we have to do is capture the input. So input, and then you do, I'm just gonna get this process.argv slice, or slice actually. So a node, you don't necessarily have to use Node for backend stuff. You can use Node for like, oops. So, like I said, you don't have to necessarily use Node for backend stuff. You can use it just for like, even though this is backend, it's not like a server or anything, it's just a quick app. So we're gonna grab that. This is like the most simple program you can write, 2 lines. And then we're gonna take input and we're gonna output it. Okay? Let's go back to our terminal. Node test.js. Empty array, right? Give it a sec. I just need to make sure you guys can see this. Now, node test.js, Craig, truth, Mike, and Russian. And then it returns to me an array with all those names. Because those are all inputs. Every space and every word after test.js becomes an input. Simple program. And now let's go back to our editor and let's get rid of this line right here. Let's do const output equals input plus 100. Okay? And then we console.log output. Now one issue is that things go through as a string, so we're just going to make sure that they stay as a number. You can do this really easily with the plus sign, actually. So I don't know why I'm doing that. Just put a plus sign next to the word you want with no space, and it'll turn it into a number. So if I just do it like this, little JavaScript tip for you there. So node test.js 100. Get back to 100. See what I'm saying? Super easy. Like, honestly, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot quickly of this app. I'm going to give you a minute. And then go and copy paste this into your editor. And then make sure you have Node running and find that file and then run some apps. Make little shit. Make yourself like a calculator. Like, if maybe you could do something like this. So if input, the first thing inside input equals add, we'll do this, and then else if input equals subtract, do this, okay? Give me a moment. Let's take this out. Console. So then we're going to go input 1 plus input 2. So I'm kind of doing the work for you in this one, so maybe don't make a calculator, but make something else. So we're going to give in 3 things to this application. We're going to give it add or subtract and then 2 numbers. And then it'll return to us either the 2 numbers added or the 2 numbers subtracted, okay? Now if we don't give it add or sub, it will not run. Well, it'll run, but it won't give us anything. So if I do this, it won't return anything. But if I do add 100, 200, okay, forgot one thing. Anyways, I should change that later on, but, oh wait, no, whatever, just ignore that. Give back 300, and see, so I do the number 1, so in this case it should add 1 and 1, right? And then there's this giant third number. It does not care about the third number, because we didn't write our code to deal with it, to add a third number. So in this case, you would do a loop, but you would say every single thing that comes into this program after the word add will be a number, and you should add it. And if it's not a number, maybe throw an error or something. These are really random examples, but let's do here, and let's do 100, 1, subtract, and it gives us negative 99. Yeah, see, if I did this, if I did 100, 12, this, right? Those are a bunch of numbers that don't get factored in to our calculation. So I would go here and I would take what I'm getting back from that program, and I would make a loop, and I would say, take every number. So if input is add, then take every single number in that array and add it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then if it's subtract, then grab all of them and then subtract each one of them. There's just random examples, but that's how I started. And then I went to C# and I did the same thing in C#, and then I went to Python and I did the same thing in Python, and then Ruby and I did the same thing in Ruby, and then in C++. And then once I was comfortable there, that's when I moved on to the next step, which was building a bit more complicated application, maybe bringing in a library like React or something, and building like a UI or whatever. You know, it's so broad, but that's the idea of it. When I say console app, I mean this. You know, you can make it even easier. You can make it like, you can do so much. I don't know how you do it in JavaScript, but there's a way to ask for, in Python you do, no, that's Ruby. In Python, I don't remember it either. There's a word you write. It's to get the user input. So you make like a question. You do console.log. What's 1 plus 1? Let's see. I'll search this up quick. Node user input. Oh, read line, that's what it is. So it's the same thing in C#. You have to import it? Really? Okay, whatever. That's for another time. But anyways, in Python you have like a one-line word. You write it like here, and you say, you know, input, let's say. Input equals, I don't know, I'm just doing a random example. And now when it sees this word, the program, it's going to ask the user for something. And when you run that program, So, you know what? I don't know why I'm not doing this in Python. It would make it a lot easier for you. Python get user input. And then once you do that, I should be able to go here and do Python 3 test.js. Oh, is it not Python 3? Is it just Python? Okay, maybe I don't have it installed. I thought I had it installed. This is a new computer. But anyways, the whole point is the program would ask you, what is your name? And then you give it your name. And then it returns to you, your name is that. PY? Maybe it's PY? I don't remember, it's been a while. Oh yeah, it is PY. Nice. Missing parentheses called print. What? Oh, you gotta, that's Python 3. Okay. Well, I should be able to do Python 3. Okay, I guess I have to figure out how I have it installed, but the whole point is that the program will do this, and it'll ask you raw input. Okay, that's not the right word then. Oh, it's just input. You get my point. I'm spending too long on like the little things, but there we go. I think you get my point. There you go. What's your name? Mike. Your name is Mike. There you go. See what I'm saying? So that's like, that's the kind of apps you want to start with. And through that you can learn loops, you can learn, you can learn arrays, you can learn functions, you can learn conditional, you can learn everything you need through that at a basic level. And even you can do a lot of stuff. And then through that you can go to something else, like you can start, what would be a good example? I'm trying to think. Like what I did once, honestly I didn't like this, but maybe it would work for you, is I made a to-do list app with just the console, and once it was working and the logic worked, I took that and just pulled that file into a web browser, made an HTML file, made a CSS file, and then turned it into a to-do app. All I had to do was make the HTML and CSS because the app was actually built already. It just worked through the console. So I'm not sure, what works for you, but that's just an idea of what you could do. What time is it? It's already 7:50. Damn. Give me a moment. Oh, see that is better process for me. See, it's a better process for me. I worked in DevOps for a long time and comfy with the console. Oh, that's perfect. If you worked in DevOps, this is the place to be. The console. And from there, you could do a lot of cool stuff that you might be able to apply from your DevOps experience. Am I EST? Yes. Yeah, if you're in the US, I'm New York time. If you're in Canada, I'm Montreal time. They're both aligned pretty much on the map. Anyways, I think I'm gonna in the stream for a bit. You like the debugging code a lot. Yeah, you could do a lot. That's a video I have. I have it right here. I have the proof. So I keep saying that shit. I got 4 pages worth of video ideas. And one of them is how to debug. Because that people do not know how to do. And then they come into, which is fine, they come into Grindreel and they ask for help, and the help they get is someone solving it for them. And then they don't learn ever how to debug, and when they are on their own for real and they have to run into like some serious problem, they have no clue how to deal with it and they panic. So how to debug would be a great video, going over how to use breakpoints and things like that. You're learning data analysis with Python. You're going to learn front end for website presentation data. That's perfect. Python is an amazing language for backend. And then you can do React and have like that's what I'm doing from the Grindreel bot. I have a bot. So I have a bot set up to grab data from the Grindreel Discord, and then it's going to send it to my API, which I already built. And my API is going to do all the data analysis and filter all the data and everything I need to manipulate it and store it in a database. And then that database will, how do I explain this? That database will have all the stats for our Discord, enough that I could do like machine learning or something. And give the results out to like a stats page. It's like I want to buy grindreel.dev and make like a stats page for people to go and see like statistics of who talks the most in the chat, or like, you know, there could be so many things. Like who talks the most in the chat, who's predicted to be the next messenger. What else? So who's predicted to say the next? If someone was to comment, so like let's say we had our 3 biggest commentators, like Craig and me, let's say, and my bot would do some machine learning and see what our next message would be, or what time will our next message would be at, and it would try to predict like things about us, which would be cool. And then if we have any bots in our Grindreel Discord, I can allow them to have access to my Grindreel API page, and they can add a page for their bot. That'd be the goal. So they have like their own application built in with my big application. So I know Captain Splash made a Thanos bot. So I would have grindreel.dev/API for all the API information, but then grindreel.dev/Thanos bot would be for the Thanos bot. And then for Travis's bots, he's made a couple bots in there so he could do, you know, his own thing. It's like making an analysis what time Mike is most likely to respond. Yeah, like a bunch of random shit, exactly. Like a bunch of cool facts. Yeah, so like Thanos bot is cool. That'd be a great meme. Like a stats page, or like how many he's kicked, who was the last person he kicked, all those things. I would keep those statistics. The database would hold like insane amount of data. Because think about it like this. If we have every single chat that we do right now, and people are talking in most of them every single day, we're going to have so much data. And then we have 8,076 users right now, or sorry, members, with 10,000 online. If I can just get the names of all those users into my database, that's a shit ton of data, because the objects that Discord sends you are gigantic. Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. And I think I'm gonna hop on tomorrow morning, work on the bots a bit. But thank you.